Hey everybody, welcome to the workshop. Today I'm going to go over an EQ that I really kind of like. It's the Behringer Ultragraph FBQ 1502 HD. It does have one drawback. I'll go over that drawback at the end of this video, but it's an EQ I really like. Got it on Amazon for about 130 bucks. Actually bought two, but the first one I'm using it to run my subs in my mid-range cabinets, and I liked it enough after about a year that I bought another one. This is the older model. As far as I can tell, the newer model does not have a sub-out. This has a sub-out, which I'll show you. So I wanted to get another one while I could still get the older model. This is November of 2023, and at this time you can still get the older model. Like I said, about 130 bucks, not expensive. One drawback, which we'll go over. So let me show you some of the features on this. So this is a view of the front panel, just showing one side of the EQ. So you've got 15 band equalizer. It's got 12 decibels of gain and 12 decibels of cut on each band. It also has a switch which will adjust this from 12 decibels down to 6 decibels of gain and cut for each channel. It has a meter on it. From minus 20 decibels to clipping. I like having the meter because I use these things all the time for volume controls and to boost my frequencies as high as I can get them for the frequencies I want to boost and cut the frequencies I want, and I like to be able to see when the preamps are clipping in the EQ. Just helps to find where noise is coming from. If you've got a meter on there, you can kind of monitor that a little bit. It's got a feedback locator on it, which I haven't really used, but these are all lit up when they're just turned on. If you turn the feedback locator on, they'll still be lit up, but they'll dim a little bit. When you get feedback, the frequencies that are feeding back will light up bright, so you can look over and see which ones are really bright, and you'll know that's where your feedback is at. You can cut those frequencies down a little bit to get rid of your feedback. Sometimes the 31 band EQ is a little easier to use if you're trying to control feedback, because you can cut out frequencies without affecting the sound as much as the 15 band. But I've always kind of liked the 15 bands a little better. It has an in and out button which simply turns the EQ on or off, so you can bypass the EQ if you want to. And it allows you to kind of listen to what the sound is like without the EQ and then kind of compare it to with the EQ. And it's nice if you just want to set the EQ off for whatever reason. It's got a low cut switch on it. This cuts the frequency at 25 hertz out of the signal. I'm not sure, it doesn't say in the owner's manual if it cuts it out of the sub cabinets or not, because it does have a sub out. I would hope that it doesn't, but it doesn't really say. I don't use the low cut. If you've got speakers that get a funny rumble at real low frequencies or that don't handle low frequencies very well, you can always hit the low cut. It cuts 25 hertz and below out. It does have a 25 hertz control for, like a band control for 25 hertz, but that will only cut 12 decibels max out. This will just cut it all the way out. It also has an attenuator, which is kind of essential for me personally. It gives you 15 decibels of cut and 15 decibels of boost on the attenuator. I like having these because I tend to turn my power amps all the way up and leave them there, and then I'll just use this attenuator to balance the two sides of the power amps. I'm using stereo power amp, stereo EQ. I can adjust both sides with this as a sort of a volume control, and leave the power volume controls on the power amps turned all the way up. So that's basically the front panel in a nutshell. On the back panel, we've got power cord goes in here. Everything is balanced. We've got XLR in and TRS in. We have XLR out and TRS out. Also has the sub-out, which is XLR, and it has a frequency control for the sub-out. I've had different EQs that had sub-outs that did not have frequency controls on them. This is kind of nice. It'll adjust everything from 0 to 200. I think you can go 0 to 30 hertz all the way up to 0 to 200 hertz. I have mine set at about 100. It really depends on your speakers. My speakers just sound best at about 100. So in a nutshell, those are all the features on this EQ. So that's a real quick overview of the Behringer Ultragraph Pro FBQ 1502 HD, older model. Does have one flaw, as I mentioned earlier, that I said I would point out. One thing I have noticed is if you boost it a lot, and especially if you boost the mids and highs, especially the mids, and you turn it up a lot beyond 0, like I said, I use these volume controls all the time. If you boost them, you will get hiss out of it, noticeable hiss. So if you're going to be boosting the mids really high and you're going to boost the volume control, you got to keep that in mind. This will make some hiss. Might not be great for a recording or for situations where you don't have loud music playing. I use it in a practice studio where the music's always loud when I'm playing, so I can't hear the hiss anyways. And if you don't really turn the volume control up, I have the mids boosted a lot, but if you don't turn the volume control up a lot on these, the hiss isn't really an issue. You can hear it, but like I said, if you boost it, you will definitely notice that. So that's the one drawback to this EQ that I have found. For the price and the features, I think it's a great deal. Like I said, I got them on Amazon. Both of them, really like them. Something I would recommend. So that's a real quick overview of the EQ. Hopefully that was helpful to you. Hit subscribe down there, and we will see you the next time on the workshop.